Investigation into conditions at NGOs where the remaining Esidemeni patients are currently being accommodated has now been concluded. 94 psychiatric patients died at Gauteng NGOs with invalid licenses, poor resources and untrained staff. A report is expected to be handed over to the National Health Minister and Gauteng Premier early next week.
The Esidemeni tragedy still weighing heavily on the nation's conscience. A stark reminder of the loss of life ahead of the President's State of the Nation address. The DA wanted the victims to be remembered.
I would like, as this is the first sitting of this House since the tragedy of Esidemeni, of the Esidemeni 94, who we recognise today as the greatest human tragedy in this country since Marikana, that I believe it would be appropriate for this House to mark this occasion and this tragedy and show some respect for those families and those members who lost their lives in this massive tragedy.
But the request was turned down.
Honourable Esidemeni, I agree with you, but would like to suggest that we hold on that point until we start the debate next week.
Afterwards, ANC Secretary General Gwede Mantashe said if he was the Speaker, he would have granted the DA its request. In his address, the President called for swift action.
I've instructed the Minister of Health to ensure that the health ombudsman's recommendations are wholly and speedily implemented without any reservations.
Health MEC Leidani Mahlangu resigned on the eve of the report's release. Gauteng Health HOD Dr. Barnes Selibano has since been suspended.
On Monday or Tuesday, they will give a comprehensive report to the Premier and the Minister of Health, and thereafter we will have to decide what is the next step. But their report will indicate how many people, exactly how many patients are being cared for in the NGOs.
More heads could roll. Gillian Pillay, SABC News, Johannesburg.